My most disliked video of 2021 by quite some margin was my Cardano ADA video, where I suggested to put a stop loss around the time of the smart contract launch. And that was here, almost exactly at the top. So I hope now that that was clear, that it was not because I was an ADA hater or Cardano hater or anything like that. I just tried to help you, and if you were one of those who actually pressed the up button, I hope that that video helped you in some way. But that's all history now. We're not here for past achievements. And even at that time, putting a stop loss is not the same thing as selling. It's just like an insurance. If it doesn't hit, it doesn't cost you anything. It's just a way to secure the capital. And the reason that I even suggested it at that time is the following. Many times in the crypto markets or in any markets, expectations are sky high. Even if the delivery is a success, it still can't meet the sky high expectations. So then after the release, even if the release works, there's often a retracement in the price as reality sets in, that it wasn't maybe that perfect that everyone was wishing. But then after some time, reality and expectations has realigned again, and it's worth looking at the asset again. And I think that that's exactly where we are now with Cardano ADA. I try to be open to all blockchain protocols. I'm pro-innovation. If the Cardano and ADA community can do something that the other blockchains haven't been able to do, I'm the first to applaud it. And I want to make this video like this. Before we start looking at the fundamentals or the narrative or why this happened or what caused the current surge in price, I want to look at the chart, because many times in these markets the narratives are misleading, but the chart reveals what the big players are actually doing, not what they are saying. And if we zoom back in now, we see something very important. In my previous written TA updates, I have talked about a few key support levels. One being this one, and one being this one, the low from July 2021. And look here how that level has turned out to be critical for what has played out lately. And again, we're on the ADA to BTC chart, not on the ADA to USD chart yet. We will look at that as well. But look here how this level that was support here turned into support all the way from October 2021 until November 2021, when it finally broke down. But it's what happened after that that's really interesting, because when you have a chart in decline, what you want to find is a bottom pattern to give you the confidence to re-enter. And look here, shoulder, shoulder. Here we have a clear inverse head and shoulder pattern, which got the neckline at this already key level. Now for trading this one, this target has already been met. So once again, TA worked, but that doesn't help you if you're watching this video now. An ideal entry here would of course be some sort of retest or at least a retracement, so you get in closer to this key level that was support, then turned resistance, and if we get there again, there's a good possibility that it will be support once again. But even so, even the existence of a bottom formation gives a much better risk reward for entry than trying to catch a falling knife. That's just luck if it works. And then if we move to the ADA to USD chart, which was actually the reason that I decided to record this video exactly now, we will find something else that I think you will find very interesting. Again, we had a number of key levels that kept reappearing, like this resistance here from May 2021 kept acting as resistance from September 2021 all the way to November 2021. And here we had a key support level at $1. See how many times that came into play. If that had been reached, that would have been a high confidence entry, but perhaps too many people realized that, so it got front run before it quite reached that level. But look, it was only 6% away at 1.06 something. But now I want to draw your attention to another level, which was this resistance level here at 1.47 or a little below 150. See here, it was a resistance here, resistance, then it broke through in August 2021. And now as we came back to that level in November, first ADA bounced off that level, it flipped support, but then it broke down. And look here, if we zoom in little, look here, it acted resistance, then it was resistance here in December, briefly went through in the end of December, but then it came down again, then it broke through again now yesterday, and exactly now as I'm recording this video, price sits practically exactly on that support level. Entering on support with stop loss below is often a favorable risk reward. There's only one thing that makes me a little bit hesitant still, and maybe you can guess what it is. Ideally, I want to see this kind of formation, I want to see a resistance flipping support like we get here, but I also would like to see large online gold, and it's blue on the USD chart after the large online blue flip around here $2, and it's blue on the BTC chart as well. Some of you might remember one thing, and that is that the trend has not been so well identified on the daily, in particularly in Cardano. The move moves up and down have been fairly slow in Cardano for some reason. They've taken that culture that you move slowly and surely instead of moving fast. And that's also reflected in the chart. This trend is not well captured here. Look, there's too many flips, yellow, blue, yellow, blue, yellow, blue, yellow, blue. But if we flip to the 3-day chart, we capture the true trend almost perfectly. Here, trending down, here, trending up. And unfortunately, if we zoom in here, we have turned blue against the US dollar, also on the 3-day chart. That's proven very accurate in the past. But of course that is against the US dollar, a lot driven by the weakness in BTC that we have seen lately. And if you look at ADA to BTC, even the 3-day chart did not capture the trend so well. There we had to move to the weekly chart to get the true trend, and on the weekly chart, on ADA to BTC, Larsen line is still gold, as you can see here. So with that perspective, we have the trend up, we have a bottom formation, and we have a resistance that has flipped support. Now let's talk about why are we getting this renewed strength now. I mean, Bitcoin is weak here, and the other 3 main altcoins, Ethereum, BNB, Solana, they're all very stable in a range. They're not moving up. So why is ADA Cardano suddenly seeing this massive strength in the price? And I think it's pretty clear. In all coins, what is really driving interest right now is the NFTs. If you're following Twitter, you can see that across the board. And Cardano ADA is really picking up steam here. Here we have this excellent site OpenSea NFT, and while ADA price peaked around this area, and then we've had a slump which has also been reflected in the NFT volume. Look at the pickup here starting 1st of January. This rapid surge in volume in just 2-3 weeks. I'm not going to try to guess which of these NFT projects will pick up, at least not in this video, but we can note that there is significant volume here. This site also displays network load, and we can see that it's approaching 100%, and we have a lot of NFT activity here. There's a lot of sites, a lot of NFTs, and a lot of marketplaces. And we've seen many times during the past year how interest in NFTs can drive the L1 token price very efficiently. We saw it in Ethereum, we saw it maybe even clearer in Solana. Just BNB did not get the same effect, but this effect could come to Cardano ADA now. And even though I'm not completely convinced about the superiority of the technology as such, I am not, but I keep an open mind. I'm still learning. I'm not against making money. I'm very positive to innovation, and one thing that Cardano has done very well is that they have built an enormously large and passionate supporter base and probably brought a lot of people into the crypto ecosystem. And for that work, I'm very impressed, and I do think that many people underestimate the power of the people, the power of the support base, because technology can always be improved if there is a will to do it. To sum up this Cardano video, ADA is in a more interesting spot the past couple of days than it has been since September 12th when that stop loss hit, if you went with that idea. If you didn't watch my previous Cardano ADA videos, I will link both of them here. One little more negative, one more positive, and then you can take the perspective you like. Please like and subscribe, and please don't dislike this one. Thank you, tack. CTO Larsen out from Stockholm, Sweden.